Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty not so good news for the future of the gaming industry. Now, as you guys have probably seen throughout the years, we've seen the occasional price change. Number one, when it comes to things like, the grocery stores, when it comes to everything, cars, computers, etc. But one of the bigger things is that consoles and gaming consoles and games on the consoles themselves have also been kind of somewhat adjusted for inflation and other various price points. And now with this, we actually have some really bad news when it comes to Xbox, because it seems like they're now following Sony's, in my opinion, kind of bad suit, and now we're going to be having some pretty big price increases going on, both now for the consoles, but as well also for games, which is also leading towards the fact that folks are a little bit worried then also on the Game Pass and Game Pass price increases too. So we have a lot of things to go talk about, a lot of things to go discuss. So we're going to go talk about this. And as well, before we fully do, would love to hear your comments and thoughts on this down below. I'm definitely, obviously, against this. I'm not a big fan of having to spend more money. Although if they kind of keep the Game Pass price point the same, kind of put a lot more folks pushing towards that, I can maybe live with that at the end of the day. But when it comes to this one, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, or $500 cash, just so you guys can actually go and buy these games itself in the first place. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys want bonus entries, and we also do have the Target and Amazon links as well down below. And let's go and sit here and cry all together, because these past few days have been, well, not fun. So in case you guys missed it before we fully dive into the game issue, Microsoft has already, on two different accords, already increased prices. Number one is that we did go and highlight that India themselves have also increased the price of their consoles. Now, we did have a few sales, such as the Xbox Series S and X Instagram store sales that have kind of come out over here for in America. So, they're not fully against it. They could sometimes maybe throw us a bone and maybe go and do, even a $550 Xbox, but maybe do the same PlayStation strap, and maybe also throw those into bundles or include an extra controller, custom controller, headset, extra game, or maybe 3 months of Game Pass, whatever it might be. But we have already seen this. We've seen Phil Spencer also already mention that he wants to increase price points, potentially. They just kind of said it's overdue. It's going to happen at some point, and everything in between. So we're kind of expecting that as of right this second, with the fact that, well, Microsoft now wants to go and raise prices over here on first party, this guy just talking in the background over here, first party games built for the Xbox Series X and S, now to the $70 price range in 2023. Forza Motorsport, Redfall, and Starfield will all be among the first games to reflect this change. Now, as you guys probably know, when we first heard about this new consistent $70 price tag, I'm gonna be honest, with PlayStation, I wasn't happy. I think a lot of folks on the Twitter, YouTube, Gamerverse, Redditverse, or whatever it may be, were also pretty much not happy. I'm assuming a lot of you guys watching would be in the same boat, because why spend $10 more? I hope there's not some weird guy in the background going like, woo, I love spending money, or some weird stuff like that. Hopefully, no, fingers crossed, none of you guys do that. I mean, if you do, we got a join membership. I got my Twitch subs, whatever. Go for it. But like most normal people out there, we don't usually like spending more money on a different product. And this is kind of like a big punch to the gut, because as I've mentioned, we have been seeing Microsoft teasing that they will probably increase prices. We have seen them in other regions as well increase prices. We've seen PlayStation kind of set that bare bones for the $70 mark. And that's why I think a lot of folks, myself included, were so against PlayStation going to 70. Because at that point, it kind of gives Nintendo and Xbox a little bit of a free pass. And now, I love me some good Xbox games when they come out. I haven't really seen anyone that I'd probably want to spend $70 on. Game Pass, though, for $15 or whatever, sure, I don't mind. Now, Nintendo, though, if somehow Nintendo goes and follows suit and they start selling some of these games for $70, on a 7-year-old, 8-year-old console, and it's literally, I played Pokemon. Pokemon's been fun. I've been playing that on my Twitch stream. But yeah, I don't think I'd probably want to buy a lot of Nintendo games at that price point, to be fully honest with you guys. So to kind of dive into this news, I think it's bad. Give me your thoughts. I think it's awful. Xbox is preparing to join other major game publishers in raising the prices of its major new first-party titles from $60 to $70. Beginning in 2023, games built for the Xbox Series X and S, including Forza Motorsport, Redfall, and Starfield, will now be officially costing $69.99 USD at launch. While Xbox has noted that regional pricing may differ, it has not given specifics for other countries. This price reflects the content, scale, and technologically complexity of these titles, a Microsoft spokesperson told IGN. As with all games developed by our teams at Xbox, they will also be available with Game Pass, though. Thankfully, it's kind of like a over there. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Like, they're kind of just trying to push Game Pass. They're trying to make money on Game Pass. But this also has other different things, too, I feel like they could be bad. A good example is that Call of Duty now can maybe be like the standard $70 price point, and then that also might go and bleed into other things such as, like, say, Steam, or such as, you know, maybe the Switch, if the Switch Pro maybe has Call of Duty, something like that. And you see this and you're like, ooh, you know, this doesn't feel good. Like, we have everything else going up in price points. Like I said, cars, rent, groceries, like everything we need to live. And they even want to go bump up the prices of these consoles. And even with all that, they then also still want to raise the price of games. Now, I understand, like, you got the inflation issues, you got the whatever issues going on. Sure, I totally get that. But the part two of this is that, man, like, it's just expensive. Like, Xbox keeps on trying to, like, present itself as, like, a consumer-friendly place. I mean, PlayStation threw that underneath the water forever ago. But Xbox was trying to be like, yeah, we want to have everyone be able to go play our games, Game Pass, make it cheap, Xbox Series S, $200, whatever it might be, we'll throw some sales. But it does stink because these games are also going to be going up in price. So the price increase is unsurprising. I would kind of agree, given that earlier this year, Xbox head Phil Spencer did say that the company wouldn't be able to hold the prices forever, but that Xbox would not raise prices ahead of the 2023 holiday season. But the funny thing to note is that they didn't even have a holiday game this season. Like, there wasn't I mean, we had God of War for PS5, but there hasn't even been a proper holiday game for Xbox, which is almost unheard of. So Xbox is also not the first company to have done this, with Sony, Ubisoft, and Take-Two Interactive have now announced this $70 price points for certain new games, and Sony specifically has reported discussing raising that price even higher. Now, I just beat God of War last night. It was a good game. I think I did it in 30 hours, and there's still post-game stuff to go. Like, on the price per, like, dollar ratio, that's what, like $2 an hour? I think I got my money's worth. It was a good, proper game. But if they want to go and drop a game for $100 or $90 or whatever it may be, bro, I am probably not going to be paying that much money. Like, I really don't think that's warranted. Now, if it's on Game Pass and you just get the easier, it's kind of just basically like a funnel for Game Pass, sure, I'm cool with that, sure. But everything else, man, like, it's just, I think these people are getting a little bit too greedy, because there's going to be a point where enough is enough. So as for whether this means that the Xbox Series X and S will also get more expensive, it's hard to say. Now, I think it probably will. Now, obviously they use it as a loss leader, so they may just want to try to maintain the current price instead of increasing it. But like I said, they could always have different types of bundles, like a $550 Xbox Series X bundle, and then they have like 3 months of Game Pass thrown in. So they make a little extra money. They offer free software, which in theory is also meant to get you hooked on Game Pass and keep it going. I'd be increased with that. But yeah, the PlayStation 5 has already had a big price increase in other countries. Nintendo said they're not ruling out of a price increase too in the future. And then when Sony announced its console price hike, Microsoft claimed that it had no plans to do the same for its current Xboxes, but obviously, as I showed you guys, India has increased on prices. The games are now apparently increasing in prices and everything else in between. So in October, they did go and say that Phil Spencer's wording was different, and they've been trying their best to hold out the best they can, but they also do have to worry about all the profitability. So it's kind of sad to say, because at least as of right this second still, you know, $60 has been that big industry standard for years. Like, even for me, all throughout my high school years, middle school years, $60 is what we expected for a game. We wanted to make sure the game was fun, want to make sure the content was there, want to have a good experience nonetheless. And as we kind of go through all this type of stuff, it just goes to show that it's just getting expensive to be a gamer. And I really don't like how we keep on pushing up these higher price point precedents, because at some point these games are going to cost $100. And while the companies themselves may make a lot of money, and don't get me wrong, devs deserve to be paid and marketing deserves to be paid, but like at a certain point, it's just a lot of money. So I hate kind of seeing this with these price hikes. I hate seeing the fact that these games are going up. And like, even for Xbox, like, they have to kind of reprove themselves first. They've been very quiet and very kind of mediocre these past few months, past few years with their launch. And same with PlayStation. They've been doing good, but we need like a little bit more to justify this stuff. And I mean, Game Pass is cool if I'd be okay if they increased the prices of normal games and kept Game Pass price the same, but with their Call of Duty acquisition, it's probably going up too. So it's almost a little bit disappointing news to see. I'm not very happy to see this as well. So kind of give me your thoughts and comments down below. Now, I don't know. It's just, I guess it's just meant, it has to happen at some point. So I guess it's just us ripping off the mandate now. So give me your thoughts, comments down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X or $500 giveaway. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. If you guys want to follow for bonus entries, we have the Target links down below. We have the Amazon sign-up links too, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.